I love video games that have action-packed gameplay and deep character-focused stories that let you get lost in a game's world and story. Sword of the Sea doesn't have over-the-top action, nor does it have a rich story. Instead, it's carried by simple gameplay, jaw-dropping visuals, and beautiful music. Sword of the Sea is not a game that you're going to be playing for days or weeks on end. In fact, it's a game that can be completed comfortably in one sitting. I played and beat the game twice in just over 4 hours, and before I go any further, I should give a spoiler warning. And if you are sensitive to spoilers, then I definitely think you should play it first and then come back to this video. The story doesn't really have any spoiler-worthy talking points, it's more so the gameplay and visual moments that are the highlights here, and that should be experienced spoiler-free. Momentum is the name of the game here as you speed your way through the various biomes on your quest to restore life to this once flourishing kingdom. The areas for each chapter are all beautiful to look at and explore, ranging from a desert to a lost city, a frozen tundra, and a fiery cavern. They get increasingly more stunning to look at as you restore more life to each area. Riding around on your hover sword is super relaxing, and when you get a feel for the momentum and landing tricks, you can reach a flow state and get lost in the game. The sword riding feels great to control, and the visual of your character riding on a glowing sword will always look really cool. The devs were clearly fans of SSX and Tony Hawk back in the day, letting the player easily land tricks and rack up high scores. There are special areas you can find that offer combo trial challenges, giving you 1 minute to nail as many tricks to reach the high score. There's no real incentive to continue doing these once you've done them just once, unless you really enjoy them and you just want to have fun. You also unlock a super jump to jump higher and farther, and a triple jump later on in the game that creates a water rail to ride across. There's no real combat in the game until the very end, and I wouldn't even really call it combat. But I was never expecting any combat, nor was I wanting combat in such a chill vibes kind of game. There are puzzles to solve, but they're not really brain teasers in any way. They're all pretty straightforward and just require you to see where you need to go and figure out how to reach it. The dev team at Giant Squid clearly set out to make a frictionless experience that can be enjoyed by gamers of all skill levels. I love games with unique and colorful art styles. Games like Neva and Hi-Fi Rush come to mind, as they both have gorgeous art styles that will no doubt age extremely well and have a timeless feel to them. Sword of the Sea fits in perfectly with those two games. There's never really a dull moment here visually, and it only gets more impressive the further you get into the game. Which leads us to the big finale of the game, as you take on a giant leviathan that shoots fire at you, as you race up a tower to reach the beast, avoiding falling debris. Transitioning to a second phase that has you riding inside of a wave-formed tube that is a treat on the eyes. This is the only combat portion of the game, and I'm glad it was saved for the big finale. There's so many quality games that come out every month that it's easy for a smaller indie title to get lost in the shuffle. I hope this isn't one of those games and it finds its audience. It's a perfect come-down game that can act as a buffer between two large open-world RPGs, or can give you a break after a challenging Souls-like. So hop on your sword board and ride the wave.